What's up, everybody out there? How you doing? Welcome back to another episode of Peppy's Point of View. And I'm your favorite host, Peppy. And today we're covering real life in ballroom. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like Warren, he's still the wild card. And I'm here to tell you, he is the standout on the show thus far. Well, we're going to talk about that and more, ladies and gentlemen, over here on Peppy's Point of View. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, you new viewers, you returning viewers, and you subscribers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode over here at Peppy's Point of View. And ladies and gentlemen, let's do some housekeeping, if you will. That's right. Yes, if you so desire to donate to this channel, well, I have decided to allow you guys to have access to my PayPal. That's right. So I've joined the many YouTubers out there who are sharing their cash apps and all of that stuff. And so I decided, you know what? Hey, let me go ahead on and put my PayPal out there, you guys. If you want to donate to this channel and show your support that way, by all means, feel free. You know what? I'm a firm believer that if you give, you get back. Good measure, press down, shake it together, and run it over. Yes, it shall come back to you, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to put that out there as well. Also, another thing, I want to give a shout out once more to Gregory over at Real Life and Reality. I want to thank him again for sending me the flyer about you guys having a new franchise over there. And also another person I want to give a shout out to as well, and that would be L Teddy 27 Official, his YouTube channel. And the reason why I am giving a shout out to L Teddy is for two reasons. The first reason, you guys probably don't know, I'm pretty sure you don't, is that when I first started YouTube and I was covering, reality shows like Chasing Atlanta and Real Life and Philanthropy and Philanthropy. I say that wrong all the time, don't I? Philanthropy. That's what it is. It's P. Philanthropy. And all the other shows, he was one of the few people, and it wasn't that many, who actually followed my page and just pretty much reached out and just just was giving some love. And I have continued to be a subscriber of his YouTube channel, as well as he's a subscriber of mine, and so I appreciate that. And when I found out that he had Paige over on his show, and he interviewed her, I just wanted to give a shout out to him as well. So once again, thank you guys so much for your support on that end. Whew. Now, having said that, let's just dive right into it. I don't cover reality shows. I started out covering reality shows, and I decided very quickly after a while that I don't know if I wanted to do that. There was a whole lot of reasons why, and it's not only just YouTube channels, but it was television reality shows as well. I'm here to tell you, it's a little too toxic for me. I have to just say it for what it is. And the reason why I am doing this, covering this, number one, is because, again, When you have someone who's obviously, is keeping your name, um, it, I would say kind of considering you, I think that's only great in just right to, kind of show the love back. And by covering the show and doing reviews, is basically also it's a way of promoting, real life and for real life and reality in real life and ballroom. So that's the reason why I do it. It's now more becoming a loyal thing versus just something that I just want to do just to do it, right? So that's one reason why. Also, too, you know, as Erica Badu once said, she said, I'm kind of sensitive about my ish. And I know that people can be. I cover music over here, and I'm still mindful of the music that I cover and the artists I cover because I understand, sometimes people just cannot handle, people saying good things, bad things, or indifferent things about someone as far as their music and everything is concerned. And I think people feel the same way when you're talking about, their character, so to speak. And I put that disclaimer out. Why? Because I just want you to understand that I stay strictly within the storyline. I don't go outside the storyline. So what the storyline is what it is. I only talk about things that are related to the storyline, whether if it's true or whether if it's not true, right? It is what it is. You know what? I just play along because that's just what it is. And so I put that out there, just to let people know and to be aware of that. Now, having said all of that, I know you guys want me to talk about the show. And here we go. When you're doing a show, right, you have to think about a lot of things. And I say that Warren is the standout character on the show right now. And I say that because, well, he just is. He is definitely the standout on the show. Like him or not, he's the standout on the show. Whether you look and read some of the comments and people saying he's delusional or what have you, he's the standout on the show. Whether if you good press or bad press, people say what is still good press, right? And when you're putting a show together, I would like to think you put out the casting call and people come out and you know what and you cast them, you see what they have to offer, and you look at someone and be like, oh, okay, well, we have a particular type in mind, it's, let's just say, real life and ballroom. So you have a particular idea in mind as far as ballroom is concerned, and I think the first thing you're probably thinking of is ballroom, right? So the people have to have some ballroom experience, okay? But then you have to think about those who probably don't have ballroom experience, but they want to what? Be a part of the culture. And so now you're saying, okay, well, that would be wonderful to have somebody who is, new to the scene and see what that is like as someone is trying to be, a part of that journey and taking that journey, so on and so forth, right? I'm going somewhere. Then you might see someone who has a personality and you're like, oh, well, this is just going to make good for television. It's just what it is. It's just good TV. And you're choosing people and you're probably making all kinds of cuts, right? Right? Well, we got, if you think about American Idol, you get your first 50. Then you narrow down that 50 to the top 20. Then the top 20, the top 10, the top 5, so on and so forth. Anywho, but now you finally got your cast together and you're probably still trying to narrow that down. And you're probably basing it off now where this personality could possibly clash with that personality, right? I don't know, that these two, they might give us some good scenes or what have you. Who knows what this is going to, how this is going to turn out. Well, that person looks like this and that person looks like that. So you have to keep those things in mind. I'm going somewhere, okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not, if I have not lost you. And where I'm going with this is that at the end of the day, we have these characters, we have these personalities, and they just playing out. And the reason why I say Warren is the wild card still, and Warren is the standout on the show, is because he's just making for good television. I don't know at this moment in time, and I have to be honest, I'm tuning in to watch the show because I'm interested in Ballroom, number one. I'm tuning in to watch the show because I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get to know these characters and kind of see where this season is going to go. And as I said before about the other characters on the show in the first one, and I won't, go back to it, but you have to keep in mind that some of these things are intentional and some of these things are unintentional. So, what part of this is actually Warren? And what part of this is actually show? Because, ladies and gentlemen, as we would say, when it comes to Paige and her singing, the mic was on, right? Paige, we heard that, Paige, and the mic was definitely on. But we also have to keep that in mind when we're talking about television. The camera is on. So when the camera is on, then you think that people will probably go into character, right? They know that they're being filmed. So let me, play along. Let me give you what it is that people want. So I don't know if Warren is playing a role or not. Okay. Some people are coming in with the mind frame, this is my opportunity and I'm trying to build something, right? I'm trying to build my brand, create my brand. And this here is an opportunity for me to do that. And how much is it really is Warren? So now I think about lights, camera, and action. That might be the name of this particular video. Lights, camera, and action. All right. Because what's happening with Warren's character, I'm seeing is that I'm confused. I'm confused because one minute he's one way, the next minute he's the next way. And it's like, let's take Warren and Dink. So they're in they're in the clothing store, and it appears that Warren has sought out Dink to help him navigate the world of Ballroom. I want to be a part of Ballroom. You are a part of Ballroom. So help me, if you will, kind of navigate my way through this thing. And as this is happening, Warren appears to come off like, I want your help, but you can't help me. Which leaves me kind of confused. Well, here he is, he's saying, well, I have my look, but I don't want you can't help me with my look because, well, you don't have a look. uh, like I want you to help me, but you're not helping me. But then a person who's watching it can say, well, Warren, it sounds like Dink is helping you because he's telling you the tricks of the trade. He's giving you Ballroom 101. But you're not listening, Warren, to what he's saying. He's talking apples right now, and you're talking oranges. He's talking categories, and you're talking wardrobe. because he's saying, hey, you know, you might look like you fit this particular category. You might want to do this. You might want to do that. He's telling you these things. And God forbid you get out there and you get kicked out of the show or get kicked off the show, or you're disqualified from the show because you end up doing something that Dink did. And what was that? Dink did not bring out his picture, and the host says, well, if you don't bring out your picture, you know what, I'm not going to, let you guys go back and get your picture. You know what? That's a technicality. You're disqualified. And so this is the information that Dink is trying to give Warren, but Warren is so dead set on Dink is not helping him. But right now, the two of you are just not on the same page. So you have things like that are occurring with characters, so on and so forth. So I don't know if in Warren's mind that he's thinking, well, you know what? First of all, I'm just playing along like this is just a scene and I'm just playing along. I'm just trying to show the cameras that I'm kind of interested in doing this scene with you. But at the end of the day, my mind is definitely not on you, Dink. Like, I have already made up in my mind, Dink, you cannot do anything for me. But you know what? We're going to play along on this particular segment. Right now, if this is pretty much what our segment is, then I'm going to play the role. But I'm not interested in in you trying to hook me up, on like I'm not interested. You just never know. You just never know, right? And so I feel as if at this moment in time, Warren is still just a breakout to me. But then we get over here to Paige again, and what I'm kind of noticing with Paige reminds me of Apollo. Now, you guys, Apollo was on season 2, maybe, of Real Life in Philanthropy. Apollo was it season 2 or season 1? I don't know. And if you guys recall, and I've since took that video down, those videos are not up, but I remember calling Apollo Mother Hen. When he showed up, he was to me like Mother Hen. He was telling people how to be respectful, this, that, and the other. And he was telling them, y'all ain't got no kind of home training, right? Like he was going down that path. And I see Paige character becoming this Mother Hen type person. Because obviously she's talking about her children, so on and so forth. Very poised. It looks like she doesn't have any rough edges. Like her rough edges have been clipped, if you will. Very, very refined. Paige is, and I'm interested in seeing how her character will develop over time. Now, if it was me, what I'm getting out of Paige's character is that, well, the love thing is not really happening for her right now. Like, what is going on with that love life of hers? Like she seems to she got this one guy, don't know what's going on with that particular situation. Like, you had to cut the episode, which then brings me up to the point of, all right, you guys over there, real life, did you guys beef up security? I talked about this one time before with you guys and your security and how y'all are able to maintain these, fisticuffs that goes on around y'all production. And I'm just wondering, did y'all beef up security this time around? So anywho, so it looks like she has those issues as well. So she's the Mother Hen. She has issues in love. And I think that's it. I think that's it to me that just pretty much stands out right now with her. And Dink still needs to find his way. Like, I'm interested in seeing how Deke is going to navigate himself through this, because I think at this moment in time, his storyline is one of, well, I'm here and I do this, but there's nothing that's just kind of standing out right now. So he needs to do something quick, uh, to not get lost in the shadow of everyone else. And I'm not talking about like stir the pot, but I'm here to say, like, he probably needs to have more screen time that's him only. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, I'm interested in seeing how this show turns out again. Uh yeah, yeah, interested in seeing how the show turns out. Oh, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, talking more about Paige. I like the fact that she decided, regardless of how anyone feels about it, she decided to love the Lord, right? Because in this day and time, it's everything is so controversial, right? But I'm here to tell you is that when it comes to the LGBTQ plus community, what I have found is that most people have pretty much turned their back on the church and God, Jesus, because they, well, I put it to you like this. I've heard someone say, well, why is it that you believe in God when he doesn't agree with you, right? I've heard people say that before, but they forget God is no respecter of persons. And so for the to see Paige, you know, and to see how she has handled, you know, difficult moments in her life, and to know that there is a God, and to believe on him no matter what. As I've always said, when God is all you have, God is all you need. So I like that part of her character, as well. So I'm as I said, she giving me Apollo vibes. She definitely is. As I said, Dink is giving me Malik vibes. He is, that's how I'm kind of seeing how everything is playing out over here. Um, and we shall see. We shall see. Well, on that note, if you made it this far in my commentary, I think it's only appropriate for me to say, hey, hang out with me for a while, hit the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, all of those things. I definitely appreciate you guys doing that. Also, too, if you still feel free to donate, if you want to donate to the channel, please do so. And remember, my motto over here is very simple. And what is that, ladies and gentlemen? Well, put your behind where your heart desires to be. That's right. And whenever I leave my mother's presence, she always says to me, she says, baby, remember, I love you, but God loves you best. I look forward to seeing you guys next video. And until then, you should know what to do by now. Take care of you. All right. And we're out.